Hey, everybody. Welcome to a show that's obviously having a weird video issue. It seems like
Hello.
it's still all screwed up. So there's going to be a brief 3-second pause here. Hold on. And it should be any second now. We literally have to do that. Wait until there we go. And I think we've got a normal looking show. Is everything better and back? I don't know what the living hell was going on there. All I did was just stop and start. So on my side, everything looks good. I think YouTube gave us the goof there. But anyway, welcome to the show. Dunk, what the hell are we up to?
I don't know. You haven't done your funny intro yet. But yeah, we got some, in a street load of riotous news tonight. We have, you can go to jail for humanitarian support, apparently. There's a man with a big pole. We have some F-16 news and UK. Yes, that's right. Civil war has broken out in the streets of UK. But until then, we got lots of consumer advice from the world of tech and another slightly odd story for Dick to start off with.
Yeah. Check this out, everybody. Alphabet's Google broke the law with monopolistic behavior on online search and related advertising. Judge ruled this on Monday, and it's a huge victory for U.S. antitrust authorities who have got numerous of these on the cards coming up. Let's see. They sued it over the fact that it controls a good 90% of search and pays out huge amounts of money to Apple and Firefox and stuff to be the default search engine. This is what it came down to, really, is the payments. So the ruling paves the way for a second trial to determine potential fixes, such as, breaking up the company, requiring it to stop paying smartphone makers all this money, and, a few other things. Google will have a chance to appeal, of course, and shares fell a good 4.5% on Monday as part of the news. Google paid out in U.S. 2021 $26.3 billion to different companies to make sure that Google search was default on the devices. Samsung, LG, Apple, they pay it to Mozilla to make sure Firefox does it, and so on and so forth. And the judge in the decision here, the default is extremely valuable real estate. Even if a new entrant were positioned from a quality standpoint to bid for default when an agreement expires, such firm could compete only if it were prepared to pay partners in the billions of dollars to even get themselves in the game. And this is what it's coming down to for the monopolistic behavior. So Google, this would impact their bottom line huge because Google's whole cash cow, the Alphabet company itself, is the search. You're not just searching, they're also, not so much manipulating, but they're putting all the advertising in. There's the sponsored results, and there's a lot of cash on the table. So they've also gone after antitrust regulators. That is, they've also gone after Meta, the multi-meta platforms. So you got Instagram in there, Amazon and Apple, and they're claiming these companies have illegally maintained monopolies as well. There's a big argument for that too, especially Apple's walled garden and in Meta and so on. This is the first major victory in antitrust stuff since Microsoft with 2004 settlement, the Internet Explorer baked into Windows being a monopolistic go at the whole industry. So we could see some changes coming up where big corporate isn't totally allowed to just flex its muscle any way it wants to anymore. And I, for one, think that's great as long as the politicians get the wording of the law correct.
I mean, you say that, but that is one hell of a flex. 21 billion. I mean, there can't possibly be 21 billion mobile phones out there, surely. There's only 8 billion people in the world.
Yeah. The Mozilla in 2021 had a total revenue, income of $586 million, and 510 came from Google alone. to have Google search the de facto in Mozilla in Firefox. So it's massive money, massive, right? Unbelievable.
Just let them know. Ask them how much they want to pay for us to put a Google search bar in the Shills website. Yeah, we'll do that.
I want a new Ferrari daily, right? Yeah. I never want to have to drive the same car twice,
Well, we'll suck the nipples of Google if they're going to pay us money. No problem.
Slurp up, baby. Demetrius Siganovas comes in with a direct donation, 11.55 as well. Is your Econopolis as cold as mine? Oh, I'm actually taking it a little easier today. Bet you know, with a big smiley face. Slava Ukraine and the Shills are the best. My beloved intro was fucked. Yeah, that really sucked, didn't it? I'll have to figure that out, but I think it was just a YouTube glitch. And greetings from Kaunas, Lithuania. Thanks, Demetrius. Thank you very much. Awesome.
Yeah, if your Canopolis is getting cold, maybe you should put some extra underpants
on. I hear they jingle more when the Canopolis gets cold.
Talking about a massive Canopolis, Elon Musk has ramped up his row with the UK. Yeah, he's starting to fight with us. Come on, put up. Yeah, he's questioned if it was Britain or the Soviet Union after a man was apparently arrested over comments he made on Facebook. The billionaire owner of X has engaged in a war of words with Sir Keir Starmer over his rights Sorry, my mouth's not working tonight. Over riots gripping the UK and concerns online disinformation is fueling the unrest. Yes, but your disinformation, you tit. In the latest rebuke, Musk retweeted a video appearing to show police officers arresting a man for making offensive comments on Facebook. They said, arrested for making comments on Facebook? Is this Britain or the Soviet Union? This is accurate at community notes. In the video, the man arrested on suspicion of improper use of an electronic communication network. This covers things like sending messages that is grossly offensive or indecent, obscene, or menacing in character, and can result in a maximum of 6 months jail term or a fine. Musk has directed a similar comment towards the Prime Minister yesterday after Keir Starmer said he would not tolerate attacks on Muslim communities. To the right, absolutely. Mosques and hotels and housing asylum seekers have been among the targets of an arrest across the UK for the past week. Okay, so we do have to do this. The riot seemed to have begun in Southport last Tuesday in the wake of fatal stabbings of 3 little girls in the Merseyside town. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And yes, it was a Muslim who committed the crime. 17-year-old Axel Ruda Kabuna. Hang on, Ruda Bakana. Isn't that a song by? Never mind.
Golden Earring.
Ruda Bakana. No, it's Coca-Cola. Anyway, people claim he was a Muslim refugee who arrived in the UK last year via a small boat. But actually, fact-checking, Ruda Cubana was born in Cardiff to Rwandan parents before moving to a village near Southport. He was actually born in this country. And Sir Keir Starmer has made it clear that anyone inciting violence, whether online or offline, will face the full force of the law. Now, here's my thing about this. Here's my little comment. These immigrants, they get treated like shit across the board by everybody, or just about everybody, and they're being wound up all the time. This kid who had attacked these young girls, it was like some kind of like Taylor Swift kind of drama group sort of like thing, entertainment group kids. I wouldn't be at all surprised if he wanted to be involved and, he'd been just like bullied and shat upon by all kind of people and pushed away. And, what happens with an awful lot of these guys, they get to breaking point and then they go and do something. They do something ridiculous, something bad. And then all the morons come and go, look, we told you. It's the same people inciting them into this sort of stuff. So now everybody's attacking and everybody's fighting. And sorry, Elon, it is not civil war in this country. Civil unrest, yes, it is not civil war, because a civil war, do you know what it means? It needs two sides.
Yeah.
Not morons and Muslims. That does not constitute a civil war. You cock. Or anybody else out there on the internet who is saying the UK is in civil war. It's not.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And I'd like to point out, one person does something horrific, but then a whole whack of people go out and be horrific. So who's the really horrific people here? Let's just,
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on now. I don't know if any of you heard of this. We haven't been talking about it, but Intel has a serious problem with their chips. For the last generation and this generation, so you're looking at maybe a 2.5-year period or something like that, what they're releasing is a microcode update. It changes the way the CPU works at a very core level. And it's going to try to prevent the processor from literally disintegrating. But they come in BIOS updates, as they're called. So the computer manufacturer or motherboard manufacturer will have to release the update. So now what's going on is Intel is claiming that for a little while now, they've had bad microcode that's letting the processor get a little bit too hot with too much voltage. And as such, there could be issues. You could already have them. Your CPU or your PC will randomly crash now and then, especially under heavier load like gaming. Or it could develop in the near future. So they have extended the warranties from 3 to 5 years now because they know this is about basically a systemic problem. All SKUs are basically affected from the 13th and 14th gen, which is a whole list of CPUs. But what they're not totally being honest about is something that this guy here, Steve, over at YouTube channel Gamers Nexus, has actually come to find out.
It's Bigfoot.
Yeah. And what's going on is there is now mounting evidence that there's actually an oxidization issue during the manufacturing process that is leading to this. And what Intel's actually doing is doing this microcode to give the chip a better chance of surviving. Right? It's not that there was ever truly bad code. It's just that the code that's in the CPU isn't accounting for the fact that it wasn't made very well. And this is going to get worse and worse. Intel just announced, I think it was 15,000 people layoffs. And I think they're still not being as honest as they need to about the situation. But the bottom line for everybody out there is if you have a newer computer with an Intel 13 or 14th generation processor in it, number one, you could just get rid of it ASAP, knowing that it will be a hassle, or you could start getting hold of the manufacturer. What I would do is I would install the heaviest game that computer could possibly run, push it to its knees and see if you get any crashes. If you do, document them, and then that way you can just get the thing returned. But yeah, it's going to be a lot bigger than it already is. Because if this is truly in manufacturing, and Steve and the team at Gamers Nexus, they've done this to a few companies that were, keep trying to hide the truth, and they've exposed them as well. I'll be highly, highly surprised if it turns out Steve's wrong. And this is actually just code.
Yeah, it's a big, rather big major issue, I would have thought.
Oh, yeah. Intel, they're in what? Half of the computers out there? How many computers sold in the last 18 to 24 months? This is a lot of systems, man.
Not mine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Here we go. Where are you now? Oh, yeah, this guy.
Yeah, this chappie, William Lewis, an 80-year-old pensioner from Dorking, Surrey, has come under scrutiny by Mole Valley District Council Boo to Mole Valley District Council for using his farmland to store vehicles destined for Ukraine. The vehicles, which number up to 50 at any given time, are intended for humanitarian efforts, including transporting soldiers, aiding injured servicemen and women, and facilitating medical professionals between hospitals in the war-torn country. We all know about this sort of thing because we participate in this kind of stuff. Lewis's use of his land has led to a warning from the council, which claims he is violating planning permission guidelines. The NVDC, that makes it sound like really hard, doesn't it? Mole Valley District Council has threatened with a £1,000 fine if he does not comply. However, Lewis, who has been actively involved in providing aid to Ukraine since the war with Russia, is standing firm, declaring he would rather go to jail than paying the fine. Yeah.
Wow.
The vehicles stored on Lewis's land are part of the scheme supported by the Mayor of London and the charity British Ukrainian Aid. So, why can't they get together? The scheme allows the owners of non-ULEZ compliant vehicles to donate their cars for humanitarian purposes in Ukraine. These vehicles are temporarily held on Lewis's farm before being shipped to Ukraine. The MVDC initiated action after receiving complaints from local residents about the number of cars stored on Lewis's property.
You know who complained about this? The kind of guy that has to use like a brush to get like strands of rat meat out of his mustache and beard after he has his supper.
Just snotty people. Well, you can't get all these green fields. The council contends that the storage of these vehicles constitutes a material change in land use, given that the land is designated for agricultural purposes and is within an area of great landscape value, an area of outstanding natural beauty, the Metropolitan Green Belt. As such, the council states that planning permission is required for this activity. I got a simple plan for this. Just paint them up and make them look like cows. No. Despite the council's demands, what?
It's a field. Like a natural beauty. I mean, look. What?
Yeah, it just looks like a car boot sale on any Sunday.
Yeah, it's like 12 sheep away from a strong odor, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, so Lewis is resolute. He expresses willingness to enter into dialogue with but criticizes the council approach as high-handed and unsympathetic. He asserts that the vehicles are not an inconvenience or an eyesore, and emphasizes the importance of his efforts in aiding Ukraine. Councillor Margaret Cooksey, MVDC's cabinet member for planning, explained the council has asked for Lewis to complete a planning contravention notice to address the suspected breach of planning control. I get the words out. The PCN allows the local planning authority to gather information about the activities on the land, blah, blah, blah.
I got a message.
Gibberish.
I got a message for that woman. Get your crusty panties out of the man's business. What the hell is wrong with you? He's parking a few cars on the property. Shut up. Fuck. The world's got better things to do than listen to your fucking crusty ass breath.
Yeah, I know. Should just get it should get the fucking mayor of London. He's the one who instigated this. So, where's he want to park them?
Yeah.
Work it out.
Yeah. What the hell is wrong with people? I swear, man. Adulting isn't difficult. Give it a try, child. Jesus. So, here we go. This is Tim Walz, and he's Minnesota governor, and he was just named as Kamala Harris's running mate. And her first big endorsement came from none other than Linda Carter herself, Wonder Woman. 24 years in the Army National Guard, a school teacher, a champion who understands America. I can't wait to call Tim Walz our vice president. Christina Ramirez, president of Next Gen PAC, said young voters are excited to see Kamala Harris declare Walz as a running mate, calling the guy a proven champion of youth movement. Ramirez said that as governor, the former high school teacher and football coach had helped pass significant legislation that protects our rights, fights for criminal justice, and builds a stronger economy for everyday people. She elaborated here that he championed progressive change in Minnesota, enshrining abortion rights, establishing paid sick and family leave, enacting a nation-leading child tax credit, and signing 40 climate initiatives into law.
Yeah, I don't like him. Don't like him. He's not weird enough. He's doing everything right. That's not what we want.
Funny, yeah. One group you've probably all heard of by now, White Dudes for Harris, called him an amazing leader who delivered a powerful speech and highlighting the importance of protecting fertility treatments like IVF and rejecting Project 2025, that far right Trumpism mega thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nancy Pelosi, former House Speaker and first woman to hold the position, she was kind of looking and knew that some Republican attacks would come, right? And so she came right out to characterize him as left is so unreal. He's right down the middle. He's a heartland of America Democrat. She called him a highly respected public servant in Minnesota. Where was it here? He signed one thing into law where all the kids get breakfast and lunch in the schools. Keith Ellison, Minnesota Attorney General, called him, he's got like the courage of a veteran, the compassion of a school teacher, the grit of a football coach, and the experience of both a congressman and governor. That's a pretty nice combination, if you ask me, actually. Where is it here? He's got military experience that people seem to like, non-commissioned officer. And this one person said, Glenn Kirshner said, those of us who serve know the NCOs make it all work. High school social studies teacher, direct, plain spoken, and honest man. So lots of people really like this guy. I hope that he can live up to it and give Kamala Harris that extra push because, you know, every vote for Kamala Harris and now Tim here is a vote that should be better for Ukraine support. I just don't trust Trump in that area. So,
yeah, I don't. Yeah, we're going to have to start digging something up on him because, you know, it's not going to be much fun if him and Harris are in power in the White House because, there's just nothing to pick on. Come on, give us something.
Yeah. Well, maybe they like to smoke pot and watch Belushi movies. I don't know.
Well, he is into legalizing weed, so maybe.
There you go. Yeah, I like him already. Now, to answer the question, can it ever be too big?
You would have thought not, but yes, this French poll voter who lost out his chance at the. You've all heard this story. I don't even know why I'm doing it. If you haven't heard this story, you're living under a rock because this is brilliant. But I'm just going to cover it anyway. But this French poll voter lost his chance at Olympic medal due to very special circumstances. He jumped he jumped the pole and cleared the pole, came over, and as he was clearing his pole, boing, his other pole caught the main pole and knocked it off. He lost because of his pole, caught up with the pole. His massive schlong just tipped the rail off. It's superb. And if you haven't seen video of it, you got to watch it. You got to watch it slow motion, frame by frame. Just it actually looks like it reaches out and grabs it.
It was a dick doink.
But yeah, all is lost because apparently the pornographic website Cam Soda has put up $250,000 to get him into porn.
Technically, it's still pole vaulting. So
yeah, I know. Can you imagine all these porn actors and actresses saying, hang on a minute, just because he's got a big slog and he was in the Olympics, come on. We've spent years of training to do this. And you need to get some French dude because he's got a big cock. What are we going to do next? Is have porn stars in the Olympics?
That's funny. Yeah. The crowd votes by giving tokens.
Today's event is the I don't know, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. First of all, there's the women's scissoring team. I tell you what, we'll save Rufus for the after show. We'll later on in the week. We'll come back to the story.
BDS.
Oh dear God.
Okay. Where am I here? Oh yeah, here. So little update information here on the F-16s that are now in operation in Ukraine. So we all know it took too long, but they're in previously part of the Danish fleet, and they've got some cool modern upgrades and additional equipment that should significantly boost Ukrainian Air Force capabilities beyond what you would actually have thought. Now, I'm not saying it's some end-all, be-all weapon that can just, but so upon closer inspection, some photos have revealed the advanced defensive systems integrated into the F-16 mid-wing pylons. The pylons are equipped with built-in self-defense mechanisms crucial for operating in highly dangerous airspace like Ukraine's. There is the pylon integrated dispensing system, PIDS, and the electronic combat integrated pylon system, ECIPS, both developed by Israeli firm Elbit in collaboration with Terma from Denmark. They were adopted by European F-16 operators in recent years to enhance survivability. So the first one, PIDS, dispenses metal chaff and hot flares to mislead incoming radar. So as you've seen in the movies, and it also works infrared guided missiles. And then electronic combat integration one contains passive defense measures to support the active chaff and flares. So it includes a radar jammer, which disrupts enemy radar, and missile warning system, which alerts pilots to incoming threats. Again, very much like you always see on television. So I can scroll down to one other photo there for y'all, if I could get that lined up properly there. And so they as kind of advertised in the article here, they provide a pretty comprehensive protection against a variety of missile threats. And this is going to be very, very valuable stuff for everything that's going on in Ukraine right now. So they've been restoring some old jets and stuff. We've heard those news, right? And you're going to lose a few of the F-16s over a time. But the theory is with these being the more upgraded F-16s, they should be effective a lot longer, and maybe not so much just staying in the background to help with air defense, but maybe on more aggressive things as well. So, good, happy news. There's some real tech jargon in that one. I tried to skip it and just, get to the, that's a tougher one because they really got out of hand with acronyms and stuff, and I just skipped it all.
Yeah, I like how they got ribbons hanging off them, like you do off the handlebars of a bike. It's quite sweet.
Yeah. Well, the children were having a play day, and then
Talking to children, a 6-year-old girl's passport application was rejected, and she missed a dream holiday to Disneyland Paris. Because she is named after a Game of Thrones character. Khaleesi Holloway's mum, Lucy, 39, was told that her daughter's name broke trademark rules, and she had to put the £2,000 trip on hold. Lucy had specifically saved up money for the once-in-a-lifetime trip and says she was left devastated by the news. The passport office initially refused to issue Khaleesi. I'm not too sure if I'm pronouncing that. I don't watch Game of Thrones.
That's right. I actually thought it was K-less when I first read it, and I was like, Star Trek. Why would you name a girl K-less? And I was like,
yeah. But anyway, they refused the passport and told Lucy Warner Brothers owned the trademark to the name. What, Lucy? No.
that's
But But here we go. In a U-turn, the Home Office, which runs the passport office, confirmed her application is now being processed because it was a mistake. They said basically what happened is, where is it gone? Because I'm not going to read the whole bloody thing. It says, la 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 la. Yeah, basically what happened is that they found out that the only trademark names come into problem when you change your name, not at birth. So if you try to they change their name to a copyrighted name, that's where the problem comes in. So that's why Dick isn't called R2D2.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a fiction. Like, are people concerned that she's going to go? Well, I'm Khaleesi and I'm the mother of dragons, so I'm robbing your bank. I mean,
I don't understand it. I understand trademark, but we know that's not her.
Yeah,
it's not her from the fictional story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would have to talk to the producers about some of the scenes she was in if it was, I mean, so stupid.
I know. I'm going to have to talk to my children, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse.
Speaking
of the bad news,
there's already super low budget Mickey Mouse horror stuff because of the whole original trademark, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have to bring that up on like an after show PubChat coming up. But I got something funny here. So you see this? This is a restaurant that opened, a high-end ramen restaurant in Sydney.
Ooh.
Thing is, it was opened by a YouTuber, and it's a prank. All they were serving was, 99-cent ramen packages. Yeah, and then they were all put on YouTube as part of the experiment. People lined up because all the advertising for this great new restaurant was a big deal and whatnot. People were eagerly waiting like 90 minutes to savor what they thought was a real gourmet meal. Many even praised it, saying it tasted home cooked and the broth was really good.
Did they charge them proper prices?
Oh yeah. Because they still it's in it's in a location, so it had to be paid for and everything. So they really did it. And so one person said, I like this, making fun of how people get fooled on social media. And another said, if you'd never made this video, you could have just kept the restaurant open and had something really profitable, right?
Yeah.
The power of marketing. And the fourth person said, this whole influencer meetup, that's all really weird. You're so out of touch that you'll show up to pay $45 for a bowl of ramen, right?
Well, it's highlighting how stupid it all is.
Yeah. It's really funny. I wonder if there will be any petty lawsuits afterwards, though, over the fact that he's now admitted it was just a 99-cent package of ramen that he served, right?
Don't know if you could. I don't know if there are any legal basis for that.
Oh, well, in the end, that's how capitalism works. You buy something and sell it for more. So,
well, I mean, that's how a lot of restaurants work. Is they just use any old shit and then just serve it up.
Try to convince me that a Louis Vuitton or whatever handbag is worth $15,000. I'll sit and wait. So
yeah, you are a man, so there's no way you're going to get through that barrier.
So which one do you want here? We got 3 minutes.
Well, we'll just go to the next one. Talking about that luxury items.
Yeah,
because Italian brand Dolce & Gabbana has released a perfume for dogs named after the co-founder's own pet. Fifi is alcohol-free. Oh, that's no fun. And the firm says that it's been safely tested and approved by vets. They wore it. They wore it for a week. The €99 fragrance is described as an olfactory masterpiece featuring lang lang musk and creamy undertones of sandalwood. Smell like wet dog. The bottle features a 24-karat gold-plated paw print and is said to be inspired by the unwavering love for Domenico Dolce's loyal companion Fifi. The company's marketing says it offers a touch of opulence, making every walker fragrant and fashionable. Can you imagine all the dogs coming up to and sniffing its ass going, undertones of sandalwood.
Yeah.
I want to smell dog's ass. Come on.
The dogs will go up, smell its butt, and then go over and sniff in the front and go, whoa, you got a weird human, man. What the hell?
Other companies such as pet grooming firms also sell dog perfume at a much cheaper price, and it is believed to be the first time a big fashion house has released one.
Dog perfume. I got a tip for you. Give it a bath. Jesus Christ.
Nuts. Oh, well.
Life shouldn't be this difficult. We reported on sharks and cocaine. Well, that's cocaine, and it was washed up by Hurricane Debbie. About $1 million worth on the street. So, it's probably like $50,000 worth or something, because they always do that inflation, whatever thing they do, right? But
24 clams to sharks. So.
Yeah. Well, one of them looks like it's kind of scrappy open there. See,
a bit chewy.
Yeah, exactly. The dolphin's getting all wasted or something. But there was 25 packages totaling about 70 pounds on the Florida Keys. But this isn't like the first time, even just in recent. So in June, boaters off the Florida Keys found 65 pounds of cocaine just floating in the ocean. Earlier that month, divers found 25 kilograms of cocaine about 100 feet underwater off Key West. Very next day, the same amount of suspected cocaine was found washed up on Dauphin Island, Alabama. In May, a beachcomber found about $1 million worth of cocaine washed up on the Florida Keys. And in 2023, packages of coke worth more than 100,000 washed up on several Florida beaches. And last year, Tampa Mayor Jane Castor, while on a fishing trip with her family, even reeled in 70 pounds on the end of a fishing line. Wow. What the hell, man?
With all that cocaine in the water, no wonder the oceans are rising.
No wonder the shit is so expensive. They don't seem to keep track of it very well.
Before we go, we got a super chat.
Yeah, Petra Olsen's in with 129 Swedish kroners there with love to Ukraine, and with love it gets sent. And we also have Demetrius Ziganovas in with an $8 direct donation. Hey, Dick, your take on the movie Arrival. We'll save that for Friday after show. I'll make a note of it right now. Good call.
Which one?
Yeah. If it's the Charlie Sheen one, I'll have to get wasted and try watching it again. Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
And a big thanks to the team who do everything for us in the background. We got Annette who runs the teams. We got PJ CNET running the research team. Sheena Caldwell, Crazy Cat, and thanks, everybody. Oh, we got Super Chat Matt in the house, too. Okay, cool.
All right. And don't forget, you're throwing me now. No, we got to thank everybody for our Super Chats, donations, and channel membership. That really helps things going around here. And don't forget to like on the way out. I'm going to do the same. Oh, missed. Do it again. Hey, and don't forget to share us out. Share us out like a doggy perfume. Just wear the Shills proudly. Just dab a little bit on every day. Yeah, splash it all over. Wear the Shills and smell like a failed YouTuber. We'll see you all next week. Later on in the week. See you on Thursday, I guess. If not before, for some reason. But we won't. So we'll see you Thursday. Take it out, Nick.
Don't get caught petting your dog, your neighbor's dog, or that guy down the street's dog if it's wearing coffee perfume. Good night, everybody.
Delicious. Stay silly.